you've got young kids, you've got youth, you've got adults, you have seniors, and I know the goal is...
Welcome to Behind the Frame, where we go beyond the LinkedIn bios and Instagram highlight reels to talk about what really happens when you're building something from scratch. I'm Jay Duffy, co-founder of Frame Wealth Partners, business owner, husband, dad, and guy who still wonders if winging it counts as a legitimate growth strategy. Spoiler, it does sometimes. Join me and my amazing co-hosts, Morgan Watson and Annette Quigley, as we sit down with someone who's built a business or is knee-deep in the messy middle of it. And we talk about the real stuff, the pivots, the late nights, the wins no one celebrated, and the lessons no one warned them about. So grab a coffee or something stronger. We're going behind the frame. Hey folks, welcome back to the Behind the Frame podcast. With me always is my good friend, Morgan Watson. How we doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
Good.
Getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah. It's fun.
Not too long, not too far away. We got what, next week?
Yeah. Next week is Thanksgiving. We're gonna eat way too much, and we're gonna have a good time though.
Well, we got a great guest today to talk about that.
We do. We primed a really great guest as we go into the holiday season with different types of foods that we're probably gonna eat. So.
Yeah. Well, before we jump into it, as we always do, let's kind of get into those weekend wins. What happened over the weekend? What was new for the Duffy family?
I don't think it's a win. I got to be honest. I don't think it's a win. It's a realization that our decorations are always going to go up before, like Christmas tree is already up.
Oh my heavens!
It was up Sunday. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Thankfully, like we're not having to go out and get a tree. It's an artificial tree. Yeah. So I woke up to the Christmas tree being put up.
Right after
after
Halloween.
After Saturday, it was this Saturday. Sunday is when my lovely wife decided to put up the Christmas tree.
Very nice.
How about you?
Watson family, we're a little opposite this year. So as you know, we're moving. Just closed on a new house, so we move here the 29th of December. So the Watson family Christmas this year, we're going to have like a fern with one light in it. That's all we're going to do. Mary Dell's like, well, we got to get a tree. I'm like, honey, we're not getting a tree to put it up and 2 days later throw it all back out. So let's just get a fern, a potted plant, and throw a light in it, and we're good.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I see that as a huge win because there's no decorating we have to do this year.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Morgan, today we're talking fitness, discipline, community, entrepreneurship. Our guest is my good friend, Joe Perez, and he is the owner-operator of Outsiders CrossFit, one of the most disciplined, tight-knit, and fast-growing fitness communities in the region, my humble opinion. What started as Joe's personal pursuit of strength and better health quickly evolved into a mission-driven business built on accountability, culture, and pushing people past the limits that they thought they had. So, Joe.
Man, I appreciate you guys.
Welcome.
You guys are talking me up.
Yeah. We set the bar really high.
Thank you. I got to live up to it.
Exactly.
Well, this is very much the Jay Duffy podcast. As you know, Jay's huge into CrossFit and working out. As a disclaimer, so Jay introduced CrossFit to our oldest child, Meryl, who you've trained, then our middle one, or our youngest, Russell, and then even my wife's been over there. So most of my family has gone through your gym doing the workout. My experience with CrossFit is I just write the checks. So that's what I know from it.
Your middle child has been with us too.
Yeah, that's right. Morgan was there for a while as well. So yeah, pretty much everyone but me and the dog. So.
Only one missing. So.
I know. That says something, doesn't it?
2026 goal is to get him.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Y'all got a defibrillator there at the Flex, right?
We do.
Good.
So, Joe, again, thanks for being on the show.
You got it.
First question, just kind of want to throw out there, what pulled you, take me to little Joe. What pulled you towards the fitness industry?
Man, I can think back to middle school when I had dreams of owning a gym.
Oh, wow.
And,
Really?
I never thought about it in a CrossFit setting. Sure. It was more the Globo Gym, the Gold's Gym, Powerhouse. It's something I always wanted, and to be honest with you, I lost it. I lost the thought of that ever happening. I had moved on with my life, and funny how life works.
Oh,
And eventually all came around full circle, and here we are. So it's not anything I expected to ever happen in my life. The opportunity presented itself, and I couldn't pass it up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how did that path kind of work? You went from obviously big into fitness to a CrossFit participant, then you moved into a trainer, and now is the owner of a gym. Like how did that evolve?
Yeah, I was a chubby kid, and I got picked on a lot. My brother was skinny, left-handed, amazing baseball player. I was always the chubby kid who was on the team because my brother was on the team. I came with my brother.
Yeah.
And in high school, I just got really into, international bench day on Mondays and more of that like bodybuilding style.
Yeah.
And I found it to be a really good outlet, for energy, anything I'm bottling up.
Yep.
Is a good release for all of that. I had heard of CrossFit in my early career of in the corporate world. I'm sure we'll get to.
Yep.
But I had no idea what it was. And I used to golf with this guy who would tell me about CrossFit. He lived in PA, and he would come once a week to do our inventory. I used to work at Joseph A. Bank Clothiers back in the day. And we would go golfing on Wednesdays, just 9 holes, Wednesday evenings. And he would tell me, he's like, oh, I'm doing CrossFit. I dropped into the gym. And I just, my mind was just like, man, what are you talking about? Like, how do you go from your gym in Pennsylvania and go to a different gym and do the workout that they're doing? I just could never figure out why or how that was happening.
Yeah.
And then a few years, 2017, 18, I finally made my way to a CrossFit gym, and
You got sucked into
I got sucked into it. Yeah. I'll tell you this: the first time there's a workout called Karen. It's 150 wall balls. That's the first workout I ever did for at a CrossFit gym. I could not walk for a week. I never went back to that one gym. Eventually made it back to the gym that I, really started my CrossFit journey with, and started coaching there. This gym, I mean, if you know Outsiders, we have a lot of square footage. It's probably like one of the rooms that we have at Outsiders that is an office. It was very, very small, maybe like 3 people in a class. And yeah, then ultimately went to Outsiders really to challenge myself as an athlete. I had put my coaching journey, my career on the back burner, and I was like, I'm kind of done with this. And Stan, who we all know, Stan White used to own the gym. He saw something in me and just approached me one day and said, hey, I really like the way you do things. Would you like to coach here? And it was terrifying. I mean, it was just scary because I coached 3 people at a time, and these classes were, 10 plus people every single time. Sure. So glad I did it. Obviously, it changed my life, and here we are.
So what was the biggest surprise moving from, all right, I'm coaching at Outsiders to now I'm owner operator?
Yeah, so I went through I was coaching, and then I actually took a full-time job working for Stan as one of his full-time employees, general manager, and then eventually the owner. It's a relationship business. So I'd say the hard part is being able to draw a line in the sand that says, this is business and this is friendship. And when you're a coach, you have more of that friendly relationship with people around you. You can fool around a little more and it'd be silly. And as an owner, you have to make decisions at times that not everyone's going to agree with.
Yeah.
And you can't bring your feelings into it. And it's something that, I'll be honest with you, it's a struggle, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to go from having these friendly relationships with these people to now understanding that not everyone's going to like the way you do things at times, and you can't please everyone. That's one thing I've learned about what I do. But I try my best to just continue to be friendly, continue to build strong relationships, keep them healthy, and always do what's right. You do the right thing for the right people for the right reasons, and everything has a tendency to work out.
I mean, I see it constantly in there with Joe, the deep relationships that you have. You're asking about their extracurricular activities. What do they do the weekend? So I'm really impressed with how well because again, there's the global gyms that if you looked at any of the general managers, they probably don't know anyone in the gym, and everyone.
Yep. It's a beauty in what we do, man. It's I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, you mentioned Stan a little bit, and really what started this whole podcast series for Jay and I was we work with a lot of business owners. And what we find is some of the biggest impact we have as business owners is having those mentors that really, gave us advice. We could replicate a lot of what they were doing and how they were doing it. So what started this podcast was, hey, could we bring that out to the public for maybe those business owners who don't have access to mentors? So that's really what started this. But you mentioned Stan, and how much of an impact did he have, not just with you on the CrossFit side, but also as a business owner?
Stan is, he's still my mentor. I still rely on him for his advice and guidance. And literally just last week we had a 90-minute conversation on the phone because he was helping me.
Yep.
And he's always there. That's one thing about Stan. He's always believed in me. He's always given me opportunities to shine and empowered me. I couldn't have done, what I've done, what I'm doing without Stan. Not just his, obviously he's a very savvy business, driven individual, but his friendship and just the love and he cares.
Yeah,
He
does.
He cares. And
He definitely does.
He's changed my life, and
That's awesome.
I owe a lot of who I am today to Stan. And even to this day, I'll make decisions. And at one point, Stan made the same decisions, and I maybe questioned in my own brain, like, why are we doing this that way? And now it makes a lot more sense.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
For you, what? Again, I know the answer to this question. For me, at least, what makes Outsiders different from all the other gyms that are near us here?
Oh man, you said relationships.
Yeah.
And we care about each other.
Yeah.
It's
a community.
It's a community, and not everyone fits that community. I think early on in my career, it was hard to accept that
Sure.
not everyone that walks into your doors is going to fit in, and our door is open to anyone.
Yeah.
CrossFit is for anyone, but it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And I feel that way about Outsiders. If you're with us and you support us and you maybe step outside your comfort zone and get to know people, and you'll stick around. It's not every gym has members that have been around for 10, 11, 12 years since the very beginning of time. So I think that's one thing I pride myself on is, obviously Stan got this thing started in 2012 and got it to where it was when I took it over. But the fact that some of those people that started with Stan stuck around after Stan moved to Ohio. So, and they have complemented the way that I've done things, and that sort of gives you, a level of empowerment again to want to continue to strive for better and not settle at any point. It's always our mission is always to how can we do this better?
Yeah.
Right. How can we improve our operations so that our members are satisfied with what we're doing, so that our members want to tell their friends about what we're doing, and that's where you get more people in through your doors. It's you can do marketing, you can do promotions, but really word of mouth is what's gonna lead to success for us, and we have that.
Yeah, that seems to be, again, as an outsider part of the pond looking in, that seems to be very big, not just with your gym specifically, but really more in the CrossFit community, that it's truly a kind of that community.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of terms, tribe, and all those different things that you talk about, but that seems to be, whereas a lot of gyms advertise to bring in people,
Yeah.
it's more of a relationship and community. It seems to be a big in your specific industry and most specifically with your firm.
Yeah, it's it's what made CrossFit Gym special.
Yep.
It's if you go to a Globo Gym, as I like to call them, their business model is really set to cheaper membership, a bunch of people in the gym. We don't really care to know you. You're going to come in, you're going to work out, you're going to do your thing. We're not really going to support you. We're just going to provide the space and the equipment for you to do your thing. I can tell you that if you work out with others, around others, not only does it build those relationships, it's going to push you a little harder too. Right? Even if you're not a competitive athlete, you can't help it but to be inspired by the person next to you or challenged by the person next to you. And there's some beauty that comes with that.
Yeah.
This guy right here, I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
you don't want to work out next to Jay Duffy, that's for sure.
yeah. I'll make fun of him a few times
Yeah,
throughout this podcast, but yeah.
Appreciate it. So I think my face is red now.
Yeah. So talking about the business side of it, where do you see owners, especially specific gyms or CrossFit gyms, where's a big money waste? Where do you see you can put money that you maybe don't get that return on those investments?
The shiny new objects.
Okay.
It's a mistake I made early in my career was thinking that you needed more. You needed to have the brand new Concept 2 rowers or brand new barbells, and looking back, I'd spent some money that I could have kept
Put
in my
somewhere-
pocket
yeah.
or put somewhere else, invested it in something that was going to give me a return on that investment. So I'd say that's the biggest mistake, is thinking that you need more, thinking that your gym can't operate with what you currently have.
Yeah.
Right? You can make it work. I think you can get yourself into a position later in your business ownership journey where you can spend that money, where you can now it's like I've gotten myself to a point where like I'm looking at expenses and the revenue, and it's like, all right, well, we want the revenue to do this and we want the expenses to do that. Well, unfortunately, some of the mistakes that I made early on are keeping those expenses
Yeah.
Still high, yeah.
still higher than I want them to be, and we've committed to signing a contract, for example, and you can't get out of it until that time expires. So at least I know for the future now, it's like not to make those commitments, be smarter about making those commitments, and again, the goal being that we want our expenses to go down, we want our revenue to go up, and that's how we can run a successful business.
Absolutely. Let's move into kind of being the leader. What habits do you do to keep you sharp as a leader of not only yourself but also your team of coaches?
Yeah.
But the brand of Outsiders CrossFit.
Yeah. Leading by example. I think fitness is our main thing. So leading by example in that department. But being vulnerable.
So what you're saying is you can't be the guy that doesn't work out and lead a group of people.
Yeah, and I think people look at a business owner or CrossFit business owner, and they think all we do is work out all day long. And in reality, I work out less now than I did, back when I
A
was
lot of numbers involved.
just an athlete. Yeah. But you still have to put the work in. You have to show up to classes. I recently had a shoulder injury that I had to work through. And what we would tell our members is just show up, right? We'll modify the movements, we'll modify the workouts to make them work for you. And it's hard, it's hard to get yourself. And now I understand it. I understand what some of those people that have dealt with injuries go through as far as your mindset. I didn't necessarily want to work out and do a modified workout. But if I'm asking, them to do that, I should be doing it too.
Absolutely.
So, back to, the question, I think being vulnerable is the main thing as a leader, that
I like that.
Admitting your mistakes, learning from your mistakes, and I think it sets an atmosphere where you're not afraid to fail, right? Not just me, but our coaching staff, our Haley, who is our director of operations. It's like we want you to fail, right? We want you to try. We want you to mess it up because you took a chance, right? And whatever it is, like.
It's the only way you grow is through friction.
We're
making mistakes.
We can fix it, right? And we can learn from it, and we can do better in the future. Now, if you don't take that chance, like we can't learn from that.
Right.
You can't be afraid to take that chance. So I try to really pass that on to our employees. It's
Any as you kind of made that transition into leadership, and we talk about you got to grow, but you got to be willing to fail. Any early kind of falls or places in leadership, maybe you weren't where you are today back then, that kind of jump out like, oh, if here were some early issues I had to kind of work through.
Yeah, communication.
Okay.
It's over communicating,
Yep.
and it's I think it's a very underrated thing is how you communicate. I recently heard something. It was like, don't quote me on these numbers, but it was like 55, 38, and 7. So 55% is your body language. 38% is the tone that you're using in communicating, and 7% of that is actually what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. So learning to not be reactive, right, and really listen, and there's a level of comfort for employees, and that comes from just being calm, right, being cool under pressure, and handling situations as best as you can, asking for help when you don't know the answer, and I've grown a lot as a leader, and I'm still growing. I'm not there. And I don't think I'll ever be, and that's okay. It's
a journey, not a destination.
Yeah, you got it. And even learning from them, right?
Sure.
They teach me a lot, and I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for them. We have a good team. They are really the rock stars, right? They're the ones executing. I try to set the standard and uphold that standard.
Yeah.
Right. But really just listen.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, with a lot of the virtual stuff we see today, so many things are going online, so much is virtual interaction. How do you see the fitness industry changing over the next 3 to 5 years? Is that going to have a big impact? Do you think that has less of an impact?
Yeah, I think for us it doesn't. I think if you again, we talk about community, and there's just a different feeling that comes from that, right? And that you can't get that by training online. You can't train that by using AI to create workouts for you.
Yeah.
You feel that when you walk in through the doors. You feel that you're cared for. You feel that you can escape the reality of whatever's going on in your life by walking into our doors, right? You put your phone down for an hour, you come in, you're coached from start to finish, and that is, a small, what's that, 3% of your day you're spending an hour.
See, Morgan, 3% of your day.
That's why I threw that in there.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You could do this. All right. So before we move into our next one, the big question I have is what's next for Outsiders?
Growth.
Growth.
We keep growing, we keep learning. This is something that we're working on behind the scenes. So, we're currently sitting about 200 strong, 200 members.
Wow.
I have a goal of 250.
Okay.
So that's something that we are going to start. We're going to put a big 250 up on our walls and really use the community to help us change 50 more lives in the area.
I got 2 in the room right now.
No, this is
I knew that was coming.
I got Justin.
You're down to 48, Joe.
You're down to 48 more. All right.
I'm starting the promotion right now. So, but yeah, that's the goal, man. It's just to continue to change lives. Anybody who walks in through our doors, we want to impact them in a positive way, and we want to change their lives. And in order to do that, you have to walk in through our doors, right? So how we get them there is that's what we're trying to figure out, right? Okay. How can we use the power of that word of mouth that we talked about earlier to let more people know that we're there and who we are? Because people hear CrossFit and it's really guys with their shirts off, a bunch of meatheads, right?
Just letting you know.
It's too tight. You can't take it off.
His biceps are typically ripping through his shirt anyway.
Yeah,
So
You just buy smaller shirts, guys. That's all you do.
I'm wearing James' shirt.
But I mean, we have, you talked about your kids coming through our program, and we have, Steve is 70 years old. We have Miss Minette, who's 78 years old. So
That's what I loved about Senior Gym. You've got young kids, you've got youth, you've got adults, you have seniors, and I know the goal is to provide the same type of platform for them, but how difficult is it to adjust to those different groups?
It starts with building the relationship.
Okay.
Right? It doesn't matter what certification you have, what professional of a coach you are. If you don't show that you care, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
That's something that I like to say to our coaching staff a lot. You have to build that relationship first, right? I want to build a relationship. I want to know about your family. I want to know about your occupation. I want to know about your recreational activities. I want to know about your dreams. That's like acronym for Ford. That's what we like to use to really get to know and grow these relationships with our members, so that when we say jump, they say how high.
Right.
And that's where it starts. It starts with building that relationship.
Awesome. Well, let's move into our hot or not segment.
Oh, man.
It's our
Tell me about this.
Yeah, exactly. So hot or not, real simple. We're just going to rapid fire questions to you. You're going to tell us hot or not.
Oof.
Feel free to elaborate.
Okay.
And some of this is, it's all going to apply to fitness industry and so forth, and leadership.
Let's do it.
So my first one is cold plunges.
Not.
I was hoping that you were maybe even. I was hoping you'd say yes. Is it because you don't like the cold?
So here's what I've recently read,
Okay.
and that is that if you're someone that does, fitness on a daily basis, that is a stressor on your body.
Yeah.
If you're doing a cold plunge every single day, that's also a stressor on your body. So I'm all for it here and there.
Yeah.
Just not a daily thing for
Yeah.
people.
I agree.
I've done it. I actually went to Everlasting, and they have a cold plunge there,
Yeah.
and it was terrible.
terrible.
But it was it was good. You definitely felt refreshed after.
So my next question then with that is that can we get cold plunges at Outsiders CrossFit?
We're working on it.
Okay,
We're
okay,
working on
okay.
it.
All right. Let's go.
Intermittent fasting.
I've done it. Not.
Not? All right.
Okay. 75 hard.
Yes.
All right, well, all right, hold on. For us non-CrossFitters, somehow I think in the next few minutes we're going to mentioned a lot of things. I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
All right. What in the world is 75 hard?
So 75 hard is just. Do you
Yeah,
know where
so
it came
it's-
about?
Oh, I have the book.
Yeah.
I can't remember the.
But
guy's
it's meant to
name.
be something transformational for yourself, and I think it's you have to commit to 75 days of 2 types of workouts, one outside, one inside, 45 minutes each.
Yep.
You have to read at least 10 pages.
Self-development book or
Self-develop-
nonfiction book.
You have to
Pick a diet.
pick a diet. You have to stick with that diet, so no cheat meals.
Yeah.
That's where I think I would lose it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could handle all of
I
the
need a
workout
Reese's.
stuff.
I need a
Yeah.
Reese's peanut butter cup every once in a while. Yeah.
Everyone like 3 times a day. You come
Well,
in the
it's not
office.
that bad. It's not bad.
Please.
You got to take a progress photo every day.
So
Oh, you need final fat.
Yeah. So,
I think it's hot. I've done
Okay.
it. It'll challenge you. It'll push you outside your comfort zone.
nice.
And I remember doing it, and I'd say it changed my life.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time that I was disciplined enough to stick with something.
Yeah.
And there was nights where the second outdoor workout wasn't done yet, and you're like, man, like I really don't want to do this. Sure enough, you take your butt outside and you go do it because you committed to doing it. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So the workout warriors, members who scream during all their lifts.
hot. Yeah, be
Alright.
be yourself.
Be yourself. I like that. I like that. Thought. All right. We were talking about this earlier, but because we both have a mutual friend that is a member, and we were joking about this. But thoughts on all the CrossFit gear that you can actually put on your body, and you know what I'm talking about. You probably know what I'm talking about.
They have a bag.
Good friend of
that
hers.
You could probably fit me in.
Yeah. Too much.
Too much.
You need a pair of shorts, a pair of shoes, and that's about it.
How about those giant shakers with all the neon green, red pre-workout, post-workout, mid-workout shakes?
Yeah, not. It's
Uh,
bring your water with you. I have a protein shake after it.
Yeah.
All right.
What now? This question is more directly for you because I know a little bit about you. But the CrossFit yearly shoe upgrade.
Oh man, I got a shoe problem. My wife has she doesn't let me order shoes right now, so we
So is that a knot? That probably.
that is a knot.
That's an issue we're working on, seeking therapy.
I got a collection at the gym, so
How about those, and I say this, my youngest, Russell, he starts CrossFit. He walks in the door, he's right at the chalk bucket. I mean, all he wants to do is the big chalk cloud.
yeah. I like a clean gym.
Okay.
So use chalk as much as you want. Keep it in the bucket. Keep it off my floor.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I encourage it.
All right.
Awesome. How about gym owners doing their own programming?
Nope. Do it with the community. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. If you are not willing to do the same programming as them, why should they trust you to lead their programming?
I like that.
How about the people who always show up late for the workout but never admit to it? I know there's a few in there.
That's me. Definitely late to workouts.
I mean, I'm just happy you showed up.
Yeah.
It can be frustrating.
I still haven't gotten the handle on how to put myself on the list that I'm going to be at that class. I gotta work on that.
Yeah.
That's 2026. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm writing that
Write
down.
that down. I will log into those workouts.
Yeah. So, I don't know if that's hot or not, but it's I just show up.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late. Just show up.
How about the last one I'll go with is something that I did back in the day, but what are your thoughts on like all the different diets out there, paleo, so forth? What is it?
Hey, if it works for you, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I think I've tried many different ones.
Yeah.
It's not a one size fits all. Some people find that Whole 30 works for them.
Yeah.
Or keto works for them. You know,
Everyone's different.
yeah. I think if depending on your goals, right? CrossFit thing is eat meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar. And if you want to take your life from being sick or closer to chronic disease or flirting with chronic disease, and you do CrossFit and stick to that eating plan, you will become fitter.
Absolutely.
You will go further away from chronic disease.
So I do have one question.
Okay.
So again, outside looking in, what is the deal with all the names? Like, all the CrossFit workouts all have
Oh,
different
roll
names.
like all the
yeah.
It's
Like, you have like, the Karen or the Murph or the, Death of Souls or whatever. I mean, all these crazy names that, my kids come in, oh yeah, we did the Die on the Tree. I mean, it's just all these different names that come in. I'm like, what kind of workout is that?
Yeah, so they're benchmark workouts. They are named, sometimes they're hero workouts.
Okay.
A workout like we have Cindy, who it's a girl's name. So if you hear a girl's name,
gonna be a tough
you know it's going to be a tough workout.
Gotcha.
And that really originated back from Greg Glassman, who was the founder of CrossFit. He started naming them after ladies that he used to train. And then the benchmark workouts, the hero workouts, are named after a fallen soldier or someone that's been through it. So those are workouts where I always like to say it's supposed to hurt. You should suffer a little bit on purpose. It's not about the time. It's not about your score. It's about honoring and
Getting through it.
respecting those people that make all this possible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's move into our last segment. We're going to do the plead the fifth.
Oh man,
So
Here's the pressure.
another one.
Morgan, do you want to hit on what plead the fifth?
Yeah,
is?
so we're going to go through a bunch of questions. We're not going to tell you how many. We haven't told you what the questions are. You can plead the fifth on one. So one question you don't have to answer. All the other ones you have to give us an answer.
So I have to be strategic here.
Absolutely.
Can't plead the fifth on that first one.
Nope.
So we'll start off with an easier one.
All right.
All right. What's the biggest lie CrossFitters tell themselves?
I can out-train a bad diet.
Oh, that's good.
Really good.
That's really
Good response. I
Yeah.
like that.
How about what's one workout you know is dumb, but you still make people do it because it's tradition?
Maybe not dumb, but just
Yeah, I think we just did Chad, and again it's a hero workout. It's 1,000 box step ups
1,000 box step ups with weight.
with weight. I think it's 45 pounds for the fellas and
Oh, good heavens.
25 or 35 pounds for the ladies.
There's just no way you can get that workout quickly done.
I mean, no, you suffer, right? It's supposed to be hard, and the reason we do it is bigger than the workout. But
Sure.
I'm not sure I ever need to do 1,000 step ups
All right. I'm with you.
not on a regular basis.
All right. If you had to ban one CrossFit movement forever, what's getting deleted? And this is probably your personal preference. I know what mine is.
It's not my personal preference. It comes from coaching others, and I would say the overhead squat. It's a hard movement for people to do.
Yeah, I was either gonna say that or pistols.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm not a big fan of pistols, which are one-legged squats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it's
Are you holding your leg up or is it
You-
up
you-
on something?
no. You gotta go up, down with one leg.
Yeah.
You're usually probably leaning towards the other leg for balance and flexibility, but it's tough. And as Joe knows, I'm not the most mobile.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like-
hard to get all those muscles
I'm
moving.
like the Tin
You
Man.
know?
I'm like the Tin Man. So
get it.
I would agree with that. Pistols.
Okay.
Have you ever programmed something purely out of spite? Like you had a bad day, you came in, you're like, all right, I'm gonna get my revenge.
No, not me. Not me. Never.
That's good. That's good.
Any of your other coaches do that?
Maybe. If you hear us say the workout's going to be fun,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be a nasty one.
Nice, nice. What's something members do that you or your coaches absolutely hate?
There's a couple.
Okay.
Taking the chalk out of the bucket.
Russell.
Yeah, Russell.
And then, the other one is dropping a barbell, an empty barbell.
An empty barbell. So no weights on it, no bumpers.
Yeah, that or, stripping the weight off and
Letting it hit.
letting it hit. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's just cringy. You just say as a coach or an owner, you hear and you're like,
Well, you're the
"Oh."
owner.
Yeah. You got to
paid
buy
for-
those things.
You paid for the equipment, so I get it. I get it.
So you work with young kids, adults, seniors, men, women groups. Which is the best group to get the most gossip from?
Gossip. Oof. We have a 9:30 crew.
I know this 9:30 crew.
It's all the moms.
Okay.
Yep.
All the moms.
That's when you find out all the secrets?
That's that's when you hear a lot of talking. That's for sure. It's you know all about the weekend.
Yeah.
It's typically moms in late 30s, mid 40s. So I'd say that's the group right there.
All right. That's
right.
fair.
So 2 more questions. What's the most overrated fitness trend right now?
Most overrated fitness trend right now. Intermittent fasting.
Okay.
I like it.
You should.
I thought we would get them with that.
Yeah.
You should plan to have some protein in the morning.
Yeah.
Before you work out, and especially you ladies, if you're ladies going into menopause, perimenopause, like have that protein early on before your workout.
Absolutely.
It'll help.
Love it.
So last question. Present company included in this. Which member's playlist would you like to permanently ban?
Oh man, I still haven't pleaded the fifth, have I? I like.
I think it's me.
No.
I think
Heck
it's
no.
mine.
Jay listens to a bunch of David Goggins.
Absolutely.
while he's working out.
Yeah.
I can't do the hardcore rap.
Okay. All right.
So I'd say Coach Gwendolyn. She plays a lot of the.
That's why I go a lot of Glenn's classes. I like the hardcore rap. And I can't do the country.
Oh, so
I know you can do
yeah.
country. I can't
Country.
work out to country.
Yeah. And
about my dog dying or something like that. I can't.
You got to work through the pain of
I
it.
can't squat through that.
Yeah. I like rap. But too much cursing and too many words getting thrown around that I don't necessarily want to.
I'm with you. I hear that at sports events now. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, we're at high school and they're playing songs. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yep, I heard that. Well, Joe, for Morgan and myself, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Where can our subscribers and viewers
Learn
learn more about Outsiders?
At Outsiders CrossFit on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. Website, outsiderscrossfit.com. You can send me an email, joe@outsiderscrossfit.com, or come see us.
What is it? And just so everyone knows, what is it like? Coming in for the very first time. Is there's like some hey, we're gonna take you through some basic things.
Yeah, so typically we do a no sweat intro, and it just means that you come in. It's about 15, 20 minutes. We get to know more about you. We get to know more about what you want, what you're looking for, and then we prescribe you with whatever we feel is best for you. Once that happens, we go through an onboarding session, which is just you working one-on-one with one of our coaches and go over, basic movements so that when you are in a class, you're not surprised by anything that's getting thrown at you.
Yeah.
There is, a level of intimidation that comes from being brand new and just going into a class and having to look around and figure out what the heck is a pistol? What the heck is an AMRAP?
Yeah.
So we try to teach that during our onboarding sessions to really set them up for success.
Yeah.
Not only that, but our coaches communicate on how that member moves, right? And if we're aware of how they move, coming into
injury or
coming into their brand new to class, then you remember that and you apply your knowledge into helping them move better or work around whatever they're feeling, or have gone through in their lives. So
Perfect.
Well, I can say again personally, when our daughter Meryl started going, she would go 5:30 in the morning before school.
Yeah, I was in her class.
Well, you're the one that got her there, and just the impact it had, not only her physically getting stronger in sports, but I think the confidence it gave her. Made a huge transition with her in sports and just in school in general. So it was, I can't thank you enough.
And she's she's competitive, man. She loves to get after it.
She's that quiet competitive.
Oh yeah.
Our third one, big and loud.
Big and loud. Well, Joe, thanks again for being on the show.
Hey, you got it.
It was
Thanks for
great.
having me.
Thank you so much.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.